We're here in Hamilton. We have all these trees in the left of the house coming out. You can see the big cherry here has a bunch of dead in it. That's not the reason we're taking it out, but there is some dead. This crab apple here is coming out. This maple in front of the fence. These people are talking about the Yankee game yesterday. Who cares about the Yankees? We're Phillies fans over here in Hamilton. This cherry tree here is coming out. You can see it's leaning towards the house. You can see the damage that has been done to the gutters, all the ivy, all the leaves. It's clogging up their gutters. They're having problems with the spouts. The water is getting into the basement. That's primarily the reason. Look, the gutter fell off over here. That's primarily the reason why these trees are coming out. They have a pool back here. They want more sunlight. There's a lot of moss, a lot of algae growing on the siding. I'll try not to move the camera around as much as possible. This gum here is coming out. This cherry to the left of the gum. The two trees right here next to the fence, they're coming out. And then this whole cluster here is coming out. So you can see they have absolutely no sun back here. No grass. Algae on the siding. Major damage to the gutters. Now, I'm not sure whether or not, I have to ask the homeowner, I gotta check my book too, but I think this maple here is getting trimmed. If it is, these limbs going over the fireplace are coming off. I'm going to talk to him when we're done about putting in a cable in. There's codominant stems right there. So if this tree is staying, I'm going to discuss with them about putting in a cable. And when we put a cable in, we go 3/4 of the way up. We give it a nice cleaning, a nice prune job. Get rid of a lot of the excess weight. So that's the problem right there. You want one dominant trunk. You don't want one trunk going into two trunks. So you get a split right here. And it cracks in a windstorm. And then that cherry, you can see it fell over. That's coming out obviously. And then this pine. This pine here is coming out. And I think this maple here too is getting trimmed. I looked at this job a month and a half ago. We've been so busy, I'm finally getting out here to do it. And you can see that right there too. One trunk leading into two trunks. So I'm going to talk to them too about putting in a cable. And that one. Now this cherry here, I would have thought that they wanted to remove it because it is so close to the house. And again, we're not getting sunlight over here. But we're just trimming it. We're removing the limbs going over the roof. So it's basically, we're removing it off the structure. So again, we get more sunlight over here. So it is a beautiful tree. It's just in the wrong spot. It's too close to the house. But we're going to clean it out for aesthetics. So that's what we're doing here. We have a lot of work ahead of us. You can see these limbs coming over the roof from the cherry trees. Again, they're all coming out. And then that's the maple that's either getting pruned or removed. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. We're going to get her done, and you'll see the outcome in a little bit. Here we are at the end of the day, 4 o'clock on Monday. We got started at 9. The stump in the front was the crab apple. The stump in front of the fence was the maple. And then the Japanese dogwood, which wound up coming out, was right there. The gutter was just laying into the dogwood, and once we cut it down, the gutter came down with it. So it was just hanging up on the branches. You can see all the leaves and debris inside the gutter. So there's the cherries, and there's the big cherry right next to the house that we took down. So you can see the difference, the sunlight. And then there was a big cherry here that was up against the fence. And then this was a gum tree. They were about 50, 60 feet high. Then this here was the maple that I was unsure whether it was getting pruned or removed. So luckily we were removing it so they can get more sunlight on the pool. They didn't even bother opening up the pool. It's the middle of June. We can't even get the pool open because of all the trees. So now they have some incentive to open up the pool with plenty of sunlight. So here's the back view. Looks completely different. So I'm going to recommend them to a landscaper who we deal with to put sod down here. We're still not done. I mean, I still have to grind out the stumps. We still have more cleanup to do. You can see all the leaves and debris. That's all going to get cleaned up. Then we have that stump over here. There's probably about 9 stumps total. And then that's the cherry. We got it all off the house. There wasn't a lot of dead in this tree. There usually isn't. It's mostly just pruning, or it's mostly just clearing up the lower limbs. They usually don't have a lot of dead limbs in them. So tomorrow we have that pine and this big maple, which is right next to the pool. So once we get that done, we'll get the stumps ground, we'll clean out the stump grindings, we'll get rid of all the stump grindings so it'll be level. All the landscaper has to do is come back here with some topsoil, some fill dirt, put those two down, either sodded or seeded, and they're going to be in good shape. We just got done grinding out the stumps a little bit ago. You can see the difference, obviously. The ground is all prepped for the landscapers to come in to put the topsoil down and sod or grass seed, whatever the homeowner decides. So A lot more sun back here. That maple tree next to the pool, we took that out. The stump came out, as you can see. I'll come over from the gate side. You can see how much more sun they're going to get. And the cherries pruned. The dead pine that was right next to the ash on the right, that got taken out, and then the cherry that flew over that was hung up in the maple tree, we took that out, and then this maple here got elevated. So there's the canopy. I'm going to recommend to the homeowner to put a cable in there since there's codominant stems at the bottom, about 4 feet up. So we'll put a cable a third of the way, roughly in right where that V is, in the middle of the trunk. So it's amazing what 10 hours of tree work accomplishes. The homeowners are going to have their property back. They're going to have all this space over here that they're going to be able to use. We put the gate back up. We took the gate down, and that section near the chain link came out, so we can get the machines back here. Then here's the front. That stump here is staying because of the gas line. I couldn't see it earlier because of all the debris, but there's a gas line there. I'm going to make a video in the future on stumps near gas lines. It's a major issue in the tree business on safety. So I'll get one more view from the street. It's a little noisy out here. We got the wood chipper going.